Well, first of all, congratulations on the movie.
Gracias.
It's been a long since we all saw these characters together, but how does it feel that everyone can see this movie now on the big screen?
It feels overwhelming. I'm incredibly grateful to be at this point. I've been working on this film in some way, shape, or form for about 4 years now. And there were points on it where it seemed like the odds got insurmountable in terms of completing it. But we never lost faith, never lost focus, and I'm so proud of all of the work that was put in by everybody. Happy with the film, and looking forward to hearing what audiences think. You know, 'cause that's what you make it for at the end of the day.
Todo es una experiencia. Para mí es no solo una película de superhéroes o antihéroes, es una película transformativa, es una película revolucionaria, es una película llena de evolución, de representación, de visibilización, de muchísimas cosas y de mucha riqueza, ¿sabes? Hay mucha riqueza cultural, hay mucha riqueza visual, hay mucha riqueza en las ropas, en los idiomas, en la música. Entonces se vuelve como una experiencia inmersiva en donde cada uno de sus elementos hace que tu cuerpo salga vibrando de una forma en la que dices, ¿qué acaba de pasar aquí, no?
I would like to ask you, what was the process of getting to know the Mayan culture and all that stuff in order to tell the story of Talocan and Namor?
It was a phenomenal process. Like, it's one of the best things about being a filmmaker is that, you know, I get to learn about different things, different cultures, subcultures, history that I wouldn't had the time to learn about if I was doing like another occupation. And I get to get really intense with my studies under the guise of working. So for you know, it was a very long and detailed process. First, we were trying to figure out, you know, what culture this adaptation was going to be from. It was just before Talocan, and all we had was the publishing books, and it was Namor's Atlantis. And we knew we didn't want to make Atlantis again because it had been done so many times. So we were trying to find a cultural way in that made sense. And eventually we settled on North America and the Mesoamerican, and we had to find like which culture in particular. And then that was where we met Dr. Gerardo Aldana, who's a professor in California, based out of San Diego. He's an anthropologist, archaeologist, you know, speaks the languages. He's a Mexican-American himself, so has a lot of passion and personal identity with these cultures. And he was just fantastic. He kind of was our guide in terms of finding, you know, what the right fit would be. And that's how we settled on the Mayan civilization, the post-classic and classic, as our inspiration. And I just found it beautiful to learn about, exhilarating. I'm still learning, you know. I took my family to the museum here in the city the other day, and I was looking at stuff. I was finally seeing, you know, physically things that I looked at in books and in text and pictures. It was mind blowing. But it's a rich culture, and I can't wait to someday visit the Yucatan, you know, and spend time with the people, you know. But I loved it.
I think it's extremely powerful to have women lead such a film and be in lead positions in such a film because of the reach of it. You know, this film and Black Panther, the world of Black Panther has women with agency, and we are very much front and center of how the narrative is unfolding. And it's powerful to see so many women. Usually there's a token one or two, you know, but here it's like we're many. There's many women to choose from, and many personalities as well. And it's reflective of the world we live in, for sure, that women are doing amazing things all around us all the time. This is, but it's, do they get the credit for that? Do we recognize the strength of those women? And in Wakanda, women having power is normal, you know, agency, it's expected. And so I don't think the Wakandan newspapers are talking about, oh, how amazing it is that there are women in power. That's what we're doing because we're not used to that. But I really look forward to a time when we can be that kind of world where a woman is not limited by her sex. What is that about? It's reductive. It's old-fashioned.
I think this movie was made with so much love, and it shows. And also, it feels like a tribute to Chadwick, and you nailed it. You nailed it. But what was the biggest challenge?
It was several challenges. The biggest challenge by far was making a movie without him. You know, his presence makes things easier. You know, and him not being there makes things more difficult. And you know, we lost him and the character that he played. You know, which the whole world was built around. So you know, we made a conscious decision of doing that. You know, because I was what we believe was the only way to go for us. But it was challenging to navigate us missing him all the time and his actual absence, because he was a big part of why that movie worked, you know. And that said, his absence made room for his memory, and his memory was deeply motivating for us. Like that was the reason I think we got through everything that came up, was a deep sense of passion for what we had done together before, and a sense of duty to do it again and do it right.
Sabes, creo que he tenido la fortuna, porque te digo, siempre digo que si hubiera planeado la carrera que tengo no me hubiera salido tan bien, o sea, porque he tenido la fortuna de interpretar mujeres que jamás hubiera soñado, y cada una de estas mujeres ha implicado procesos completamente diferentes. Hacer Namora no ha sido la excepción, ¿sabes? Ha sido un recorrido de olvidar también un poco lo aprendido para retomar desde otro lugar cómo trabajar debajo del agua, cómo respirar debajo del agua, cómo hablar debajo del agua, cómo se mueve tu cuerpo fuera del agua si tu vida no está en una superficie. Entonces sí, pone tu mente y tus emociones en otro lugar y se vuelve una experiencia pues compleja, porque requiere mucho trabajo hacer algo que no solamente se quede en la superficie para mí, sino que tenga profundidad y que tenga verdad y que pase de la pantalla y que tenga forma, ¿sabes?